This year has already brought us some fantastic open-world games, but trust me, many anticipated releases are still on the horizon. Today, I'll show you the best open-world games that have already launched and those still coming out in 2025. What's up guys, Respawnverse here, and let's get started. We begin with Ghost of YOTIE, which launches on PS5 on October 2nd and still keeps us guessing. There isn't that much information about it yet, and that only fuels the hype, especially since the project comes from Sucker Punch, the studio behind the phenomenal Ghost of Tsushima. If they continue in the same vein, we can expect a stunning open world that will set new standards. Their reputation guarantees a meticulously crafted historical setting, possibly delving into more ancient or lesser-known corners of Japan, where every element will be imbued with authenticity. The combat system, judging by all indications, will be an evolution of Tsushima's mechanics. We're looking forward to even deeper duels, refined stealth, and new tools for covert operations. The story, as always with Sucker Punch, promises to be powerful, focusing on personal dramas and themes of honor. As for visuals and atmosphere, these are Sucker Punch's signature, and they will undoubtedly excel here, creating an incredibly vibrant and breathing world. Ghost of YOTIE already looks like one of PlayStation's main exclusives, capable of not only pushing genre boundaries, but also delivering truly unforgettable adventures to players. Crimson Desert from Pearl Abyss has undergone a significant transformation, evolving from its initial MMORPG concept and now focusing on a sprawling single-player action-adventure. This strategic shift allows for a more concentrated narrative experience, distinct from the persistent online world and progression systems typically found in MMOs. The extensive development period is strikingly evident in its highly detailed graphics, powered by Pearl Abyss's proprietary engine, which has previously earned acclaim for its visual fidelity in Black Desert Online, showcasing intricate character models and expansive environments. Players should anticipate ambitious combat systems that seamlessly blend real-time action with strategic depth, potentially involving various weapon types, unique character abilities, and dynamic environmental interactions. The game promises a visually stunning world, teeming with diverse biomes from vast arid deserts to lush verdant forests and formidable, often fantastical creatures, offering a rich immersive fantasy experience centered on deep exploration and meaningful player choice that can influence the unfolding narrative. Crimson Desert is slated for late 2025 across PC, PS5, macOS, and Xbox Series. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach arrives on PS5 June 26th, continuing Hideo Kojima's distinctive narrative universe. Players again embody Sam Porter Bridges, navigating a world profoundly transformed by the Death Stranding and its bizarre effects on society. The game features signature arduous exploration, meticulous resource management, and an innovative social strain system, fostering player interaction and community building through shared infrastructure. Presented within Kojima Productions' unparalleled cinematic framework with a star-studded cast, it consistently blurs distinctions between interactive entertainment and film. Trailers hint at new threats, expanded traversal options like novel vehicles or advanced equipment, and a deeper dive into the profound mysteries of this post-apocalyptic world, promising to elucidate its enigmatic lore. This title is poised to challenge perceptions, stimulate intellectual engagement, and deliver a singular, unforgettable experience that only Kojima can craft. Borderlands 4 launches on September 12th, 2025. Gearbox Software continues its characteristic chaotic looter-shooter formula, guaranteeing billions of unique procedurally generated weapons that make each playthrough fresh and unpredictable, offering endless combinations of fire modes, elemental effects, and weapon perks. The series' signature humor and memorable, often eccentric characters remain central to its appeal, defining its unique identity through witty dialogue and outlandish scenarios. Fans can anticipate not only new Vault Hunters, each equipped with distinct skill sets and deeply customizable ability trees, but also fresh adventures across diverse planets, introducing new biomes, enemy factions, and expanded lore. Borderlands' enduring appeal lies in its endless replayability and signature cooperative mayhem, making it an essential title for high-energy FPS enthusiasts who appreciate deep RPG elements and collaborative gameplay with friends. The game will be available for PS5, PC, Xbox Series, with a Switch 2 version arriving later, ensuring wide platform availability. Hell Is Us, launching September 4th, is a dark action-adventure from Rogue Factor. Its core premise involves a mysterious calamity unleashing grotesque, monstrous entities into a contemporary war-torn setting. Developers emphasize a deliberate lack of conventional player guidance. No map, quest markers, or extensive UI, pushing players towards organic exploration and self-discovery. This cultivates a genuine sense of mystery and dread, making understanding fragmented lore and deciphering pervasive threats central to the challenge. Combat is visceral and demanding, requiring precise timing, strategic positioning, and adaptation to enemy patterns and environmental cues. It's designed for players who appreciate uncovering secrets through subtle environmental storytelling, meticulously piecing together the narrative from scattered clues. This fosters a challenging, immersive experience where player vulnerability and critical thinking are pivotal for survival, as every encounter demands careful consideration. Assassin's Creed Shadows, the latest major installment in the franchise transporting players to feudal Japan, was released on March 20th. The game immediately garnered attention with its unique duo of protagonists, Naoi, the agile female shinobi, and Yasuke, the African samurai whose historical figure served as the basis for the character. Player and critic reviews highlight that Ubisoft successfully implemented the promised ability to instantly switch between characters, genuinely allowing players to adapt their playstyle, either utilizing Naoi's stealth for covert operations and diversions, or charging into battle with Yasuke's raw power. The game's world proved to be incredibly detailed, earning high praise for its attention to historical accuracy while retaining the series' characteristic freedom of action. Gamers commend the dynamic weather that impacts stealth and combat situations, such as rain reducing audibility. Critics particularly emphasize the refined stealth mechanics, calling them among the best in the series due to new tools and camouflage opportunities. Despite some controversial narrative points related to the interpretation of historical events, most agree that it is one of the most ambitious and visually impressive Assassin's Creed adventures in a long time. Dune Awakening, an ambitious, open-world survival MMO, is set to launch on PC on June 10th. Developed by Funcom, known for their work on Conan Exiles, this title plunges players into the harsh, iconic desert world of Arrakis. The game promises a unique blend of survival mechanics, including managing thirst and exposure to the sun, alongside large-scale, persistent multiplayer interactions. A key feature is the ability to build and customize massive bases, harvest spice, and engage in intense PvP battles for control over resources and territories. The developers have confirmed that the game will incorporate elements directly from Frank Herbert's novels, going beyond just the recent film adaptations, ensuring a deep dive into the lore. The game features navigation through treacherous sandstorms, encounters with colossal sandworms, and the forging of alliances or rivalries with other players in a constant struggle for dominance over the most valuable resource in the universe. Fallen Feathers is set for release on July 24th. This dark fantasy action RPG from Lindsay Games draws heavily from Chinese mythology and history, particularly focusing on the late Ming Dynasty. The game's standout feature is its unique Plum Blossom combat system, promising intricate swordplay and a focus on parrying and precise strikes, akin to a Souls-like experience, but with its own distinct flair. Players will explore a world ravaged by a mysterious disease that transforms people into grotesque monsters, uncovering ancient secrets and confronting formidable foes. The developers have emphasized a rich narrative with multiple branching paths and consequences based on player choices, adding significant replayability. The visual style blends traditional Chinese aesthetics with a dark, gothic atmosphere. Fallen Feathers is coming to PS5, PC, including Epic Games Store, Xbox Series, and Day 1 with Game Pass. Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2, launched on February 4th and marking a significant success for Warhorse Studios. Critics and players alike have praised its commitment to historical accuracy, transporting players to a meticulously detailed 15th century Bohemia. The sequel delivers an even larger open world, expanding on the first game's intricate systems while maintaining core realism. Reviews highlight a notably enhanced combat system, offering greater fluidity and tactical depth, alongside a compelling narrative that continues Henry's journey with impactful choices. The game's technical performance at launch was widely lauded, a rare feat for modern RPGs, contributing to its very positive rating on Steam and high Metascore. Improved facial animations and voice acting further immerse players in a world where every action, from reputation to equipment effectiveness, truly matters. Its deep RPG mechanics, including skill progression based on actual use in a complex crime system, provide an authentic medieval experience, making it a strong contender for Game of the Year. Post-launch, Warhorse has already released its first major DLC, Brushes with Death, on May 15th, which adds new quests and content. Two more major DLCs, Legacy of the Forge and Mysteria Ecclesia, are confirmed to follow later in 2025, along with free updates like a hardcore mode and horse racing. Dying Like the Beast. This new installment in the acclaimed zombie parkour franchise from Techland promises to deliver the series' signature blend of fluid movement and brutal combat. While details are still emerging, the title The Beast suggests a focus on a new, formidable type of infected, or a more intense primal survival experience. The game will feature an expansive open world with new areas to explore and a dynamic day-night cycle that dramatically alters gameplay, turning scavenging into a terrifying race against time when night falls. Techland is known for its strong post-launch support, so a robust content roadmap after release is planned. The parkour system gets an upgrade, weapon crafting gets new options, and the story of the Dying Light universe continues to grow, mixing familiar thrills with fresh challenges. For fans, The Beast is slated for summer 2025, hitting PC, PS5 and 4, Xbox Series, and Xbox One. Where Winds Meet is an ambitious open-world action RPG from Everstone Studio, slated for release in 2025. Set in ancient China during the tumultuous Ten Kingdoms era, the game promises a rich historical backdrop combined with fantastical elements. A key highlight is its versatile combat system, allowing players to master various martial arts styles, switch between weapons seamlessly, and even utilize environmental elements in fights. The developers have emphasized player freedom, with choices impacting the narrative and a vast dynamic world to explore. Beyond combat, the game features professions like doctor, merchant, or even architect, offering diverse gameplay loops. The visual presentation aims for stunning fidelity, capturing the beauty of classical Chinese landscapes and architecture. Where Winds Meet is poised to deliver a unique blend of historical immersion, high-octane action, and deep RPG progression, appealing to fans of martial arts epics and sprawling open-world adventures. There's no confirmed release date yet for the game, but it's been announced for a global release in 2025 on PC, PlayStation 5, and Mac OS. Mobile versions for iOS and Android are also planned for a later global release. The game already launched in China on PC in December 2024 and on mobile in January 2025, receiving strong reviews and a successful launch there. The Sinking City 2 offers a deep dive into pure cosmic horror and investigation. This sequel shifts towards a more action-oriented horror experience, moving from the original's pure detective focus while retaining that unsettling Lovecraftian atmosphere. Set in the decaying, flooded city of the 1920s, it immerses players in a world plagued by grotesque creatures and a pervasive sense of dread. Frogwares, the developers, are building the game on Unreal Engine 5, which promises a significant visual upgrade and more intense combat encounters. While many specific details are still under wraps, the confirmed shift in gameplay suggests a heightened emphasis on desperate survival against overwhelming odds, all wrapped in a signature, disturbing narrative that fans of the studio expect. Frogwares transitioning to YOTIE 5 is banking on the engine's advanced technologies to create a truly oppressive atmosphere and detailed city decay. They aim for horror to be built through the gradual distortion of reality and visual effects rather than through cheap jump scares, which is their signature approach to horror. This terrifying adventure is set to arrive on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series in 2025. AVOWED from Obsidian Entertainment launched on February 18th, marking a significant event for RPG enthusiasts. This first-person fantasy RPG is set in the Living Lands, a vibrant yet perilous frontier within the world of Aora, a setting familiar to players of Pillars of Eternity. Reviews consistently highlight Obsidian's renowned ability to craft deep lore and provide extensive player choice, with a narrative that genuinely adapts and responds to player decisions. The game features a dynamic combat system that skillfully blends magic, melee, and ranged options, accommodating a wide array of playstyles. Critics have particularly commended its engaging companions, each with their own stories and motivations, and the intricate branching storylines that ensure high replayability. On launch, AVOWED quickly became a top seller on Steam in the US, despite being available day one on Xbox Game Pass. It also reached an impressive 5.9 million players in its first month across Xbox and PC, significantly outperforming other Xbox first-party titles like Indiana Jones in player count. This game successfully delivers that classic Obsidian RPG experience, focusing on rich storytelling and meaningful role-playing in a fresh, compelling setting. ATOMFALL launched on March 27. This fascinating post-apocalyptic survival action game, with its unique British twist, comes from Rebellion, known for titles like Sniper Elite. It drops players into a nuclear-blasted rural Britain in the 1960s, blending Cold War paranoia with folk horror. The game emphasizes exploration, scavenging for resources, and dealing with mutated creatures and hostile survivors in a world profoundly impacted by radiation. Its unique setting and period elements immediately set it apart from other post-apocalyptic titles, creating a distinct and eerie atmosphere. Gameplay combines tense combat scenarios with essential crafting and resource management, reflecting the desperate struggle for survival in a truly unsettling environment. ATOMFALL quickly surpassed 1.5 million players in its first week, and over 2 million players within 3 weeks, becoming Rebellion's most successful launch in its 32-year history. This achievement is largely attributed to its day one availability on Xbox Game Pass.
Ballad of ANTARA is shaping up to be a compelling free-to-play action RPG, launching on PS5, PC, and mobile platforms in 2025. Developed by Infold Games, specifically Tipsworks Studio, known for the hardcore action RPG Pascal's Wager, this title looks to blend a dark fantasy aesthetic with a rich, expansive world. Gameplay showcases intricate combat mechanics featuring multiple playable characters called emissaries, each with unique abilities and class styles. Players can strategically swap between these distinct emissaries directly during battles, which opens up wide tactical possibilities beyond simple style switching. The narrative explores deep themes within a mystical and dangerous realm, promising a lore-rich experience. The free-to-play model, combined with a high-fidelity presentation, positions Ballad of ANTARA as an ambitious project aiming to deliver a premium action RPG experience without an upfront cost. Its visual design appears quite striking, building a world that feels both beautiful and perilous. Beyond the single-player campaign, the game supports cooperative mode for up to 3 players, a rare feature for such a visually ambitious free-to-play release.
Little Devil Inside is an action-adventure RPG that immediately grabs attention with its striking art style. Unique voxel-like characters moving through incredibly detailed, almost painterly environments. Developed by the indie studio NeoStream Interactive, this game has been a long time coming, ever since its well-received Kickstarter campaign constantly refining its ambitious vision. Players step into the boots of a monster hunter in a Victorian-inspired world, tasked with documenting supernatural phenomena. The gameplay blends tense exploration across diverse, procedurally generated landscapes, from scorching deserts to freezing mountains and even treacherous underwater sections, with challenging combat.
We'll love to know about your favorite open-world games on you for which you're excited to the past. And don't forget to hit that like button if you found a new game to wishlist on us. Until next time, this is Respawnburst signing out.